I know most of you have seen some firstborn children who act like your mother, like you are a group of friends, but there's that one friend who is like your mother, who is like,
have you taken your jacket? Oh, it's cold. Make sure that you take your jacket. Huh? Have you taken your money? Make sure.
yeah, they're organizing everything. There's always that one person. I know it is in them. And when you see those people, please don't make them feel bad just because they are playing the fatherly or motherly role. I mean, they were raised like that, so you have to be understanding of them. Hi guys, how are you doing? It's so exciting to see you once again. Welcome back to Happy Healed Relationships. This is Melody speaking. I wanted to talk about the firstborn syndrome. Some of you might be wondering, like, what is the firstborn syndrome? Whenever we talk about a syndrome, something being a syndrome, it means it's a disease. It's not good. It's a sickness. It's not good at all. So sometimes being the firstborn or being the first child in a family could be a syndrome somewhere, somehow, when certain characteristics start to show up. So that is what I'm going to talk about today to my firstborns out there, the deputy mothers and fathers. Here's the thing, as a firstborn, when you're raised, you are taught to be exemplary to the rest of your siblings. You are taught to be in charge. Okay, so what happens is, as you are young, growing up, you develop that kind of virtue in you. So it's not bad at all, it's good. You need to be exemplary. Your siblings should learn from you, and you have to be in charge. Sometimes you have to make sure that every one of your siblings has eaten. You have to make sure that everybody is good, everybody is well taken care of, right? And so, like, by the time you grow up, you tend to have those leadership roles, whether in church, in school, or wherever you go, because it's just in you, it's just in your nature to be in charge and to take care of others. So you might see that some of the characteristics that I'm going to talk about are actually very good, but to some extent they become bad. That is when it becomes a syndrome. Okay, so I'm mainly going to focus, on the positive parts and also the negative parts of being a firstborn. So the thing is, you don't actually choose to be a firstborn. You're just born into the world, and you realize, like, you're the first child, or your parents just got married, you're the first child, or maybe we are born out of wedlock, but thank God your parents are still together and you are here, no sibling yet. And yeah, that's just how you grow up. As a firstborn child, you are taught to be exemplary, right? And in so doing, you don't get to be spontaneous and risk taking and explore so many things, because people are watching you, your siblings are looking up to you, so you don't want to mess up at all. At the end of the day, it makes you a perfectionist. It makes you someone who is always thinking, oh my God, people are looking at me, what are people going to say, this and this and the other. Okay, so that is the downside of it. You do not have to withhold yourself just because you have people to lead. As a leader, you should be willing to take risks, but most of the firstborn children, they actually don't do anything risky because they're afraid that, oh my God, it will spoil the whole image that they have, and maybe it will lead them to failure. But that is actually not the case. Okay, before I say the second characteristic, do well, guys, to hit the subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Okay, I also want to hear your opinions in the comment section, so leave a like and comment what happens you with think. Most firstborns is that by the time they are raised, the family is not yet financially stable. Okay, maybe they are, of course they are rich people, they are rich, everything is in place, but it cannot be compared to when the third child comes into play. Like, already, it's, if you had one car as the firstborn was received, by the time you are as the third born, it's like you have 3 or 4 cars or something in your family. That is just an example. What I'm trying to say is, you learn to struggle, you learn to manage with the situation, you learn to live with what you already have. So that makes firstborn children like very good managers. Okay, but when you look at the downside of it, just because you had to make sure that everybody has eaten, everybody has showered, the water is still sufficient for the whole family, you feel guilty if you are the one to put yourself first. And this is the main problem that we have with firstborns. They feel like if everybody is not yet catered for, if everybody is struggling somewhere, somehow, they have the right to feel guilty, and they take that burden upon themselves. So okay, we could say when you're still growing up, when you're young, you should feel that way because you're supposed to take care of your siblings, right? But as you grow up to be an adult, and maybe those siblings of yours are even grown too, you still feel that same way. So if your siblings come to you and they say, we need money to do this and this and the other, to start this project and that, you put yourself last because to you, family always comes first. That is not a bad thing. Of course, family should come first, but you should also put yourself first. So the problem that ends up happening is you carry everybody's burden, every one of your siblings' burdens, they are on your shoulders. So if they are not able to finish their project, if they are not able to do to get a job, if they are not doing to do that, this and that, they could be the laziest siblings you would ever find, but they are so reliant on you because every time they have come to you, you always help them. You have neglected your projects, your dreams, everything that you have ever wished for. You cannot even buy a car for yourself just because the money that you are earning, you are sending it back home for things that are not necessarily basics, but for their luxurious life. You understand? So instead of you living the luxurious life because you are the one who is working hard, you send the money home for people to enjoy, and yet you forget to enjoy yourself. Why? Because you put yourself last. So this is the reminder to the firstborns out there. Or maybe you are not a firstborn, but you are that the responsible child in a family. You know, there's always that one person who is always responsible and that everybody looks up to. The bad thing is sometimes you end up being the black sheep because when you try to establish your boundaries in that family, people are like,
now that you have money, you don't think about us anymore.
and it could end up being the parents themselves saying, oh, you don't take care of us, you're taking care of your children, you're going on vacation. Is it a bad thing now? Me, I'm earning, I'm working hard every day, and yet people, they don't allow you to work hard and enjoy your money anymore. They want to be the ones who are enjoying your money. So firstborns, this is a message for you. Learn to enjoy yourself. Also remember to put yourself first. It's not being selfish, it's self-care. Another characteristic of firstborn children is that they are taught how to play the parental role, whether a fatherly or a motherly role. If you are a daughter, the motherly role. If you are a son, the fatherly role. So you grow up with it. At the end of the day, you end up being a sacrificial person. So in as much as you are so caring, like firstborn children, they can be caring, they can be very humble, they can be so hardworking, they can be very generous, they are usually givers. But in as much as you are that, you also become sacrificial. By sacrificial, I mean you sacrifice your happiness for the rest of the family. And this point is kind of related to the one that I was saying before, that you cannot allow yourself to be happy. You sacrifice yourself for the happiness of other people. And it becomes even bad when you come with that mentality in a relationship, because let's say we have 20 yuan and we need to share it. You're like, okay, do you think 20 yuan is enough for you? And the other person says, 20, oh my god, we don't have any other means, but like we just have 20 yuan, there's nothing we can do, oh my god, and it's the two of us. So instead of you sharing that 20 yuan as 10-10, you're like, you know what, you can take the 20, I'll survive, I'll manage. You see, so some firstborns have gone to bed hungry because they wanted their siblings to be well fed, which is actually nice. They are sacrificial, right? And they will manage, they learn how to survive in the storm. But at the same time, being sacrificial to that extent will lead to resentment. Every day you will be complaining, like, oh, these people, they don't love me, they're not so grateful, they're ungrateful, wada, because in your sacrificialness, hey Lord, because in you being sacrificial, you're not happy about it. So instead of us sharing the 10 you earn, we just divide it into two. You're like, take the 20, and then you are full of resentment and anger. And now you're like, people are so ungrateful, but you are the one who put yourself in that position to start with. So at the end of the day, you'll see that people will end up taking advantage of you because they know that you are nice. They know that you're a kind guy. Eventually, you are the one who is going to carry all that mental load on you. You're going to be drained. You're going to be depressed. Why? Because everybody is just casting their burdens on you. They don't care how you are going to feel. Like, if you have nice siblings, that's fine. If you have a nice partner, that's fine. But you know, some families where they actually make you feel bad if you start enjoying. Now you have bought a car and they now come rushing. They're like, oh, we see you bought a car. Where is ours? Where is our money? Can you give us pocket money? We want to pay for this and this. Lord, coming to playing a motherly and fatherly role, I know most of you have seen some firstborn children who act like your mother, like you are a group of friends, but there's that one friend who is like your mother. To the firstborns who act like that, please, we are the same age. Don't be a mother here. We are just cool, man. We are cool. Please, just avoid it at all costs. I mean, it's nice to be caring, but there are some limits, man. There are some limits. The person is not your daughter. The person is not your son. Okay, don't treat them like if they don't do what you say, you're going to beat them. No, we are just friends. The person is just your partner. So, reason with them, reason like your age mates. Don't treat them like your younger sibling. Firstborn children, we adore you. But learn to prioritize your mental health. Learn to prioritize your needs and your wants. Okay, we know that you love the other kids, we know that you love your siblings, but let it not be at the detriment of your own happiness. So this is all I had to say, guys. I just thought I should share this with you because I have seen it happening a lot of times. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was really helpful. Please send it to every firstborn child that you know